Hi there, dear follower, listener, reader. It's Ewan here. And I've just been playing with ChatGPT Agent, and I thought it was worthwhile documenting where we are with the technology to date. So this is the first time I've really played with the ChatGPT Agent. I've played a little bit with Operator, but with somebody else's account, not with mine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen, and you're going to come with me. Okay, come with me on this process. If you've seen this before, then no worries. I'm recording this for some of my colleagues who they can't use this tech from the office for various different reasons. So I said I'd show them how it's working, and it is really interesting watching the level of perceived consciousness. Right, definitions vary. Right, of being able to type to a thing, right, to ChatGPT. And yes, we know how good it is at responding, but then seeing it doing stuff really well and not so well. It right, and always keeping that phrase in the back of your mind that this is the worst it will ever be, and then so forward thinking how that's going to look. Let me share my screen, and let me take you through what I've been doing. So that the just before I share the screen. So if you're on podcast, this is something to watch. Right, I'll describe it as I go. The exam question I set Agent was, can you go into my LinkedIn? So log into my LinkedIn, and can you accept those who have added me on my network page? So anyone that said, can they add me? Can you go through and accept them? And can you, after accepting them, can you send them a message to say, thanks for the ad, first name? Right. So go onto my LinkedIn, go through the 50 odd requests of people asking to add me, right, connect with me, and then say yes, so accept them, and then pop up a message saying, thank you for the ad, Bob, or whatever, okay? Now, what I did, for your viewing benefit, I have given access to my LinkedIn to Agent. Okay, and this is the benefit at the moment of being an independent, right? Because I certainly couldn't be doing this. I don't think if I was working for a financial institution formally at this point, but I'm not formally. I'm not employed permanently by a bank at the minute. So I'm putting my own reputation here. I'm certainly changing the password because right. Let's just go through. So let me show you the process so far. Let me share the screen, and then let's share the window. And we want this one, ChatGPT. Here we go. Right. So you've got my window here. Actually, let's stop that one. I want to make sure you've got the right one. Okay. Where are we? Bang. Yeah, so that's the wrong one. That's me asking about batteries. Oh, okay, screen. Chrome tab. There we go. So here is my Chrome tab. Now I'll just catch you up because I just remembered thinking I should be videoing this, right? So my request was, are you able to go through and accept every LinkedIn request? Okay, right. It spun up a computer. It spun up a desktop, and then it just paused. So I just said, hey, what's the status? So it says, yeah, look, I'm going to begin by accessing your LinkedIn. So it's repeating back what it's going to do. Yeah. So it's brought up the LinkedIn page. It says, look, I need you to log in. So, yep, as you can see right here, you took control. So I took control. I logged in. I typed it. I cut and pasted my password. I had to give approval for that to happen. And then I had to use my phone to verify because I've got two. Oh, what's it called? Two verification. Oh, I can't. That one, right? The verification. So it popped up a request. Can't remember the words. Then I said, "On you go." So I took control. Then I handed it back, saying, to you." And no, so interestingly, it went through for 29 seconds. Okay, it said, "Yeah, there's 50 invitations waiting," because it's just screenshot. It said, no, then interestingly, it said, look, are you ready for me to go through and accept everybody? And I said, no, just do one. So I said, proceed accepting one request. Okay. And here we go. So it worked for 45 seconds, and it did so. And the chap's name was Sunil. And what I like to do with LinkedIn, if people are adding me, I like to say accept, right? And then thank you for the ad. Just I think it's polite and also keeps a starts a dialogue, and also when you do come back to speak to that person, wherever you remember how the ad happened. So that's what I like to do. What's interesting here, ChatGPT failed, right? So it did the accept perfectly fine, and then it said I've sent the message. Now I went into LinkedIn to check. It did not send the message. It got confused. So I think it tried, but it didn't actually send. So I've prompted it here by saying, look, you missed sending the message. And I think it's just a UI issue, right? I don't think it saw the capability. So I've prompted it again. Now come with me while it works on my LinkedIn. Are you ready? Let's go for it. I'm going to tell it to try it again. And you say, can you try again for one? Okay, let's see how it goes. So I'll try and let's just see. I find it fascinating, absolutely fascinating, this stuff. I hope it's going to do something. Here you go, thinking, come on. Okay, right. Messaging, okay, so I'll accept Mozamil. Okay, we can see Mozamil. I'll press accept. Okay, now there you go. Click on message Mozamil. Okay, now that's interesting. It's, there we go. Okay, it's found the message. Wait a minute. Hey, I stand corrected. Sunil did get my. He's called me Emma. Sunil did get my message, but okay. So let's look and see. Muzamil. The message appeared in process sending. Thanks for the ad, Muzamil. Done. Okay. I'll review the existing question with Sunil. Okay, so I stand corrected. It did actually click on Sunil. Then come on, it's doing it. Click on it. I'll click on Sunil. Yeah, click on Sunil. Okay. So I think. Why are they? I noticed a message, but I don't see you. Thanks message. Yeah, let me just check that. I'm going to go and have a look. So Sunil. Okay, it says hi Emma. Sunil, come on. Are you using ChatGPT as well? So yeah, correct. The first time it did not work with Sunil. Okay, the first person. So now this has worked. So now let me say, okay, accept next request. Okay. If you think about all of the shoulders that this is standing on, a lot of it, of course, obviously is OpenAI technology, but if you think of the various different processes and screenshotting, where we were this time, well, it wasn't even last year we were doing this, okay? It was October, November, when really this kind of screenshot, have a look, is very inefficient, right? But it does feel a lot faster, right? Let's have a look and see. So now, waiting for, okay, so Ian Addy, who I was speaking to the other day, this was on a TikTok live. I will accept, done. Okay, then I'll send a message. Yeah, can you send a message to Ian Addy? Come on then. A row has changed, yes. Oh, this is just amazing. Yeah. Okay. Waiting for message window. Right, there is the message window. Okay. And here we are, composing the message. Thanks for the ad, Ian Addy. Let's see if this worked. Yes, it worked. I do find this astonishing. Now, look, I've seen a lot of agents working. You have too, right? But there's just something magical to you, right? Your pending invitation now stands at 47, right? Yes. Would you like me to continue with more requests? Yes. Do 2 more, please. Right. Let's just see how it performs here. What I was trying to think of something that I could show you that wasn't material and wasn't, like go and book a holiday or something. So I like the fact, I think it's important, if you're doing LinkedIn, and my policy is I'm quite open, I'm quite happy to accept from most people of some relevance. These are individuals that I've been talking with on TikTok about careers. So I'm expecting, I've asked and invited them to connect with me. So this is not a surprise to me, but what I wanted to do was to evaluate if I can have this activity running in the background, right? Because it's quite a precise set of requirements from my point of view, right? I want you to accept them, but then say thank you first name, right? And I've been trying to build this with various different other automated technology, and I'm sure it's possible somehow. But I thought, let me try this with Agent. Now this is valuable to me, right? So here's Jody. Thanks for the ad, Jody. Nice. Now look, there's an impersonal aspect here, right? Which is it speaking on my behalf. But also, this I was going to do it anyway. It's just saving me time, right? So if you then think about the applications for business of this technology, wow, now you can begin to see. Right? This is it. It's doing its thing, right? It's working away, and it's doing it very, very accurately. You can begin to see the implications for commerce, for people's jobs. This is why you've got many executives across the marketplace going, look, this AI thing is going to be impressive, because although ordinarily I would have hired someone on Fiverr, a personal assistant, for example, or a virtual assistant to do this with me or for me, right? Now, I still think it's important that I do this kind of thing myself. I just prefer doing it myself. Yes, it's laborious, but I prefer doing it myself. But I wanted to show you and myself. I wanted to record how effective this is. It's a really simple task, okay? But now it can be executed by computer to really, really high quality. So there, it's just done 2. Let me say, do another 2, please. Do another. Let's push it out. Do another 3, please. And I wonder, can I check? I'm going to go and check. So I have a ChatGPT Pro Plus. I'll just confirm that. I've got a ChatGPT Plus account, I think it is. The $20 one. Settings. Can I come here? And I'm wondering if I can get it to tell me, here's the agent, how many I've got left. Because I'm interested to see. Okay, so it's doing its thing. While it's doing its thing, which is really impressive, right? So it's doing its thing. Doing a few more there. I'm going to look and see tools, agent mode. Right, 32 left. So I get 40 tasks with my $20. I get 40 tasks a month. And so this resets on August 23rd, it says for me here. So each time I'm asking it to do something, that's a task. And I've only got 40, so I'm using them up here. One imagines I could probably have thought of something a little bit more imaginative, okay? But it's interesting to see that, I'm wondering I'm trying to figure out what the cost would be here, because that $20 a month I pay for my ChatGPT Plus includes a whole lot of other capabilities. So I wonder how much I'm paying for these tasks, right? And how much is it worth it for me to now I have this workflow running in the background, for example, all the time. How much is that worth to me? It's really deeply impressive. Impressive because you watching this, right? Watching it do its thing here, you can imagine the types of simple tasks, right? Simple tasks this technology can be doing. Now, what happens when you start to daisy chain this? And look, a lot of organizations are already very advanced in this. There's a lot of financial organizations I have been doing some work with who they're really moving forward a lot with agents like this. I would suggest that this is one of the gold standard generic agents. There's lots of really good, very, very focused agent technology out there, but this is probably why I like ChatGPT OpenAI as an example is because this is public, right? It's very generic, the technology, right? Look, it can turn its hand to booking train things. It can go and do some research for this thing and whatever. It's really quite impressive general tech. So I have this as in my mind, this is a barometer of best in class generic, right? General technology. But there are a lot more agents out there that are very, very specific and focused on particular domains. So I'm not claiming this is simply the best you've ever seen, but it's very, very impressive tech. So there we go. I've completed another 3 requests as asked. Your penny invitation count is now down to 42. Wow. Okay. Thank you. So I'll stop there because I don't I don't want to use up my tasks unnecessarily, because I can do this myself. But having seen this now, I'm thinking, why am I doing it? Right. What's interesting here is I wanted to push myself through this process to then say, right, I am not a $200 a month subscriber yet of OpenAI. I'm actually $100 a month on Anthropic, because I have the Anthropic Max. But what I find stimulating is this experience, watching this technology, the way the UI works. It's moving me very quickly to $200, right? As it to more, right? Because I can begin to think, oh my gosh, right, now I want you to do this, now I want you to do that. So very quickly in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, well, hold on a minute. If I've got this capability, I'm going to have it do this, I'm going to have it do that, right? And I'm already thinking of all these, there's quite a few automation things I've got running for my businesses, for my work, for my personal, but they require me to press buttons and do things, right? Because I'm the intelligent bit, right? I've got the dumb processes working already from my businesses and so on, but I don't. It all waits for me to go yes, no, move, click, cut, paste. But now, if you've got this level of quality, right, that reliability that you and I are coming to expect from the likes of ChatGPT, Perplexity, Anthropic, and so on. Yeah, I'm very quickly thinking I need the $200, and then now I'm moving myself to think, well, hold on a minute, this is very simple. It's very similar to having a virtual agent. I have for the longest time had some kind of VA, virtual assistant capability in different ways, in different guises, from Fiverr, from other services, full time, otherwise. So I don't at the moment, but I'm. What's interesting is I can see myself justifying the $200 because you get more tasks. Right, let's just how much do you get with that? Let's just have a quick look and see what is if I was to upgrade plan. Personal okay, pro. How many tasks do I get? Let me ask ChatGPT. In fact, I don't want its agent using that up. Let me ask it. How many tasks do I get in the $200 plan per month? This will be interesting. Like, can it? I'll just ask it what the you're unlimited. Yes. But how many tasks? Yeah. How many? I should say how many agent tasks. Let's look and see. That I think is compelling, because as I was recording, as I'm speaking to you now, I'm busy going, oh, hold on a minute, that's okay. Pro users get 400 agent messages tasks per month. Okay. I'm in the market for that. Okay. And I can have 10 concurrently. Yeah, definitely in the market for that. So you get 10 times, fair enough, right? It's $20 to 200. Yeah, very interesting. So now I'm thinking I'll go and get that, and I'll start this stuff out and this and this. That's just me, an individual, a sovereign individual, as the phrase goes. What's it going to be like for business? Okay, because I'm in the door. I'm sitting at these tables with at these board tables, watching these companies. They are voracious when it comes to this. When it's accurate, if it's accurate as you've just seen, I tested it with one task. It's good enough. It's working. It's brilliant. Now I'm like, scale it. And that's what we're seeing, right, with simple tasks. That's why you've got very big PE companies and others going, right, agent, please, agent. A lot of people are going, come on, this is agentic nonsense. A lot of this stuff is not that reliable. Yes, for the big complex tasks, yes, not yet. But look at this. right? And it's 24/7, doesn't take a break, etc. So there we go. There's a view, right? So thank you for coming with me on the journey there. I'll just press stop on the share. Wasn't that fascinating? This is the 24th of July, 2025. Where is it going to be in a year? Okay, and feel free to look back on this, as I'm sure I will, going, oh my gosh, it was really poor then, wasn't it? I think it's going to be a really interesting future. Right, there was my demo. If you have any questions, reach out. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. And I hope it was useful if you were listening. Catch you later. Bye bye.